It does sound pretty nasty. The word fracking sounds pretty nasty, and there are risks associated with it.
It produces earthquakes that are magnitude minus 0.5, so that means less than 1, right? Now, a magnitude 1 earthquake, you can't feel it. A magnitude 2 earthquake, you can just about feel it.
Chances of you actually feeling one of these events or of it affecting, for example, properties or surface structures are very, very low.
There is a risk you can induce very small earthquakes, and that's what we found at Blackpool. But it was so small, only 50 people felt it, and it did no damage. And, Blackpool has trams going along the promenade every few minutes where you will have a sensation of vibration quite regularly if you're on the promenade. In fact, more than what the pre-Shale borehole did. Nevertheless, it has been public concern, and the government quite rightly has taken that on board. And now we have a regulation in fracking that it has to be monitored so as to prevent any felt earthquakes.
If there's a sign that earthquake activity is increasing, so we really should call these tremors rather than proper earthquakes. If it's a sign that it's increasing, you reduce the pressure and you stop.
The recommendation from government is that if fracking generates anything that's greater than 0.5 magnitude, which is still tiny, it's like dropping a bucket of water on the ground perhaps, right? Then they stop.
I think it's fair to say that the UK is at a very early stage of exploration for shale gas, and that we are learning all the time. But we are benefiting from the experiences in places such as the United States to ensure that the regulatory regime in the UK will be robust and will be able to mitigate many of the challenges posed by shale gas.
Britain is very good at science and very good at technology. We have a track record of working with solving problems with technology and science.
It's clear that early on in the States when this started happening, there may have been some rapid decisions. Some people got involved too fast. There probably wasn't enough legislation controlling it. That is all shifting dramatically in the States actually at the moment. The same thing, I just read a paper this morning actually from Australia where they have a paper which describes the process in Australia because there's enormous shale gas reserves there. The UK, we have the announcements that we're putting out now as to what the resource is, what the reserve might be. Engineering that, licensing, making sure it's extracted properly is fundamental.